Former NBA star Kobe Bryant has died in a helicopter crash in California. It's believed 4 other passengers were on board and died as well. The helicopter was travelling in the hills above Calabasas near Los Angeles before it crashed and burst into flames, igniting a bushfire. The NBA All-Star won 5 championships and became one of the greatest basketball players of his generation during a 20-year career with the Los Angeles Lakers. He was 41 years old. And Donald Trump has tweeted a short time ago, reports are that basketball great Kobe Bryant and 3 others have been killed in a helicopter crash in California. That is terrible news. Scottie Pippen, he's been among former and current NBA stars paying tribute, saying, "I'm stunned, words can't even come close to describing it. Just an incredible, sad and tragic day." Tributes are being held for the basketball great. Crowds are gathering already around a flower memorial at the home ground for the LA Lakers. Bryant spent his entire 20-year career with the Lakers, winning 5 NBA championships. An emotional moment of silence has also been held before the Denver Nuggets and the Houston Rockets match.
Please join us in a moment of silence for Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, Mamba.
Basketball legend Andrew Gaze spoke to Sky News on the impact Kobe Bryant had on the NBA.
He was extraordinary. He was this guy that come on the heels of the great Michael Jordan. He was one that his game was very, very similar. And I think it was quickly became renowned for his competitiveness and the way in which that he was able to tackle some of the greats at such a young age. He was one of the first to come straight from high school into the NBA ranks, but his profound influence took shape so early. So it was quite an extraordinary journey that he was on, and he is absolutely in the conversation when you think of the greatest of all time with what he was able to achieve and the championships that he won and the impact that he had on the sport is right up there with some of the all-time greats.
We are standing by as well to go to the police news conference, still waiting to hear more details on the crash itself, of course, and who died in this accident apart from Kobe Bryant after various reports this morning. So we'll take you there as soon as that does begin. Let's go to Scott Jackson, our Fox Sports News reporter, for more on this. Just the player himself, Scott Jackson, absolute giant of the game. Also interesting to note, you get players chopping and changing a lot in American sports, but he was a Lakers man through and through.
Loyalty is a rare thing these days in sport, no matter the code, and you're right, he played 2 decades as an LA Laker, and that town, especially in California, mourning more than anyone else, but it's rocked everyone right around the world, basketball fans, young and old, and he only retired in 2016, Tom, so even the young fans of basketball would remember seeing Kobe Bryant play and know just how good he is. Forget about basketball. Yes, he's considered to be at least top 5, if not even better, all time in NBA, but we're talking about one of the great sporting icons of the modern era, Kobe Bryant. And you've seen the reaction from, massive names, Tom Brady, Tiger Woods. He's playing in the Farmers Insurance, the final round of the US PGA tournament at the moment. Someone had to walk onto the court and tell him that his good mate and Kobe Bryant had been killed in a helicopter crash because they didn't want anyone from the gallery to shout it out while he was playing his final round. And Tiger, I guess, an indication of what Kobe Bryant stands for, and Tiger, he's playing on with the news in the back of his mind, of course. So there were calls for NBA games, Tom, to be called off today. There are 8 scheduled today, but the NBA has decided, as it stands, to actually let them go ahead after all, despite originally considering to call them off as a sign of respect. But we saw that minute's silence in that Nuggets-Rockets game earlier today. The LA Lakers themselves don't play until Wednesday. That's against the LA Clippers, so you'd imagine that's an incredibly emotional fixture coming up in a few days' time. But for the man himself, I mean, what can you say? that hasn't already been said. 5 championships, really helping LA get back onto the stage. You know, burst onto the scene towards the end of Michael Jordan's career and became the face of NBA. And, you know, was there to see LeBron James sort of take over as the king of the sport now. And only yesterday, Kobe Bryant tweeted, yesterday afternoon, he tweeted congratulating LeBron James, who passed him into 3rd on the all-time leading NBA scorers list. So, yeah, we've seen reaction from current and former NBA players as well. Paul Pierce, who was one of his rivals at Boston, you know, sending out his love and disbelief and heartbreak via social media. I guess another sign that no matter how big that rivalry was between the Lakers and Boston for years, there's still enough respect for someone like Kobe Bryant against, from someone like Paul Pierce. So, yeah, the basketball community absolutely mourning. Reports, Tom, as you indicated, or suggested, that he was actually taking one of his daughters to a basketball game as well. So we are waiting to hear from authorities. Reports have suggested, though, that his wife was not one of the 4 who are yet to be identified on that crash that have killed 5, including Kobe.
Yeah, that report there from CNN that Kobe Bryant, one of his daughters also killed. He had 4 daughters in total with his wife, so it's going to be a harrowing time regardless for that family. And as I said, we're standing by to hear from the police on those details. The player himself, I mean, the level he got to, Scotty, I mean, he was just called Kobe. That's all you needed to know to hear about the player. And the highlights you see of him, that he could do it all. You saw how lethal he was from the 3-point line. He was that sort of hybrid player that could play tall, could play short as well.
Absolutely, he had it all, and that's what you need to do to be able to do to be one of the all-time greats. It's you know, you see so many greats of the game, and this guy is certainly one of the greatest. As I said before, considered by many as one of the top 5 in NBA history. So 4th on the NBA leaders list, only just eclipsed by LeBron James yesterday, as mentioned. But of the 20 years he played for LA, he was an 18-time All-Star. He won 5 championships, as mentioned. Also represented America at the Olympic Games and helped them win 2 gold medals as well. So. Yeah, look, the accolades speak for themselves, and what makes it even more difficult to deal with, as I said before, the fact that he was only 41 years old, only retired after the 2016 season. So, you know, basketball fans can remember what he... I mean, you read about the younger generation who might not be old enough to remember Michael Jordan as a player, certainly know what he's about. You know what I mean? But Kobe Bryant is only 41. He played just, what, four years ago. He was still playing. So it's just such a shock, and one that we're all still... yeah, still in shock. Fox Sports News and, you know, right around this country, right around the world, whether you're a basketball fan or not, just how big that name Kobe Bryant is.
Yeah, well, we're so used to talking about athletes in terms of, you know, their career and 38 years old, but then the day after your retirement, 38, 39 and 41 he was then, well, it's very young. He had his whole life ahead of him with his daughters and, of course, of his wife. So very sad news, Scotty. Thank you. We'll talk to you later in the day.